Yo, what is up, people? What is up? Welcome back. We are back with the first episode of the Secret Invasion Roundtable. Got a few people on the panel here tonight. May have a few more popping in, but right now we're going to run through the chat. Chris Knight, not the chat, the panel. Chris Knight, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Yeah, you can find me sometimes on the Real Review 3000 over here on Chaos Central and all over the place, Constar YT, a bunch of places. It just, no, you see, don't listen to Danny. Danny doesn't know what he's talking about. But right now, my computer's down. I got to get a new CPU for it, and so I'm in the middle of doing that. So I'm on a laptop with Bluetooth, so a lot of things are different. So I'm just like... It is not that. You think but you don't.
Oh, no, it's definitely that. We already know. We see the difference, right, Danny? We know the difference.
No, the difference right now is that my computer's down, and I haven't had, like, a moment to think in the past, like, month and a half. So that's the big problem. You'll see the difference here before long. Just give me my time, and I'll get it figured all out. It's all good.
So you already know we're gonna see a difference, right? You heard that?
No. I said you'll see a difference from what it is right now to that, back to the way things were.
Sure.
Okay, well we'll talk. Listen, we'll talk backstage because we can't take the whole stream talking about this.
Anyways, Danny, let the people know where they can find you.
That's the basics.
What up? I'm Danny K. Coming chat. You can find me with these two guys to my whatever it is, left, right. Monday nights. I think tomorrow we're taking a break, but we'll be back the first of the month. My show, the
no. We will be here Tuesday night, June 27th, birthday celebration.
Birthday?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
My birthday. Cool.
I got you in the phone, so it's gonna give me an alert whenever.
Yes, sir.
We'll be here Tuesday, but you can see me tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm doing something called the Encouragement Series, where I try to give the word of the day and the quote of the day. I do it Monday through Fridays. I'm going to, after I get doing this, I'm going to record all 5 days and then upload them day by day. So check that out. No show live tonight. Thank goodness.
Absolutely. Check that out. JG, where can they find you, sir?
Yo, when I'm not training in a dojo, you can find me Wednesday nights on the OOC. The great Onzo and the great Roberto doing our thing. You can also find me with Superwise doing our thing, our geek stuff. And I can't believe I'm actually talking about this MCU trash, but let's do it.
Onzo used to be the great Danny, so I guess I'm excluded from y'all group now. Okay.
Yeah, JG won't be back on the show for the rest of the night because he's a DC lover and we can't have none of that here tonight. All right, we're talking MCU.
I don't know what kind of gym he's training in, but he needs to go to another one.
Warren, where can I find you, sir?
You can find me on Twitter. Lately, I've been really quiet because I've just been working out a lot. But I typically start arguments with fools and spit facts, not feelings. So that's where you can find me. Oh, Danny.
We already
know. We got two on the same stream. That's not possible.
It's a prerequisite that we have two outliers.
God.
You know what?
Wonder Twins. They're gonna fist bump and turn to something crazy.
I think we'll have to change that. But we may have a third one over here. Brian, first time on the channel from Spoiler Kings. Thanks for coming on, bro. Shout out your channel real quick.
Hey, I'm Brian from the Spoiler Kings. I'm 1/3 of Spoiler Kings. We do comic books, we do movies, we do TV shows, we do everything on Mondays and Thursday nights at 9 Central. I love the MCU. I really do. I love DC too. But if something's good, I'm gonna give it props. If something's bad, I'm gonna tell you about it. Because I'm more of a comic book fan than anything. So if it don't follow comic book lore, then I will talk about it. So that's what it is.
3 and 1.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what I was thinking, but we're gonna try and get through this episode. You know what I mean? Let me
go get my Tylenol, Monzo.
Yeah, I think I got some over here on my Advil right there, just in case, Danny. Don't worry, we're good. So we are here to talk about the first episode of Secret Invasion. And you know how we do it. We give our overalls, we give the good, we give the bad, and then we give our predictions and what we think is going to happen in the episode. So we're going to start off with our overalls, like we always do. Chris Knight, your overall thoughts of the episode? Oh, Danny, you took that down? I was just about to put that out.
Oh, I put it back up.
Yeah. Before we start, because there was a little backstage stuff going on, let's just settle this right now because I know Danny had that there. Let's bring it up, Danny. Oh.
Here we go.
All right. Here we go. There we go, guys.
Oh,
read it out, Danny.
Ownership is the state or fact of legal possession. Woo! Don't see them two words together? Legal possession and control over property. Wow! Which may be an asset, tangible, intangible. Ownership can involve multiple rights, collectively referred to as a title. The act, the state, or right of possessing something. Woo! Don't say nothing about customers. Don't say nothing about they gotta like it. All it says is that you have the right to possess something and change it any way you see fit. Now, I ain't saying that they changing this stuff is smart. I ain't saying it's a smart business decision. It may be dumb as heck. I'm not disagreeing with you. But ownership is that. It ain't nothing else. I rest my case.
There we go.
I will say, as an owner of multiple restaurants and a lot of different things, entities, without your people, you are nothing. You own nothing, because you know what? You can make any change you want, but if the people don't follow you, you're gonna lose, and you lose all your money, and you lose your company, and then you can lose the product you say you own. So,
so here's a question.
Gotta be business decisions.
Yes, here's a question to be devil's advocate, though. Let's say you do make those changes, you lose some people, but it's possible you may bring in new people.
It's always a risk. You make your decision, and if it's profitable, good. And if it's not,
who makes
the
the decision of your restaurant, sir?
Oh, I make the decision.
And what do you call?
What's the name of the restaurant?
No.
What am I? I'm the owner.
Okay,
I'm owner.
That's
but
what
guess
I'm saying. You're the owner.
You only own if someone's gonna follow. Because you know what? If you ain't making no money, it don't matter. You can't own nothing if you negatively profitable.
Yes, you can. There's so many businesses now that you're still the owner of.
Now
I ain't saying it's smart. I'm not saying it's a smart business, but you're the owner.
I went from an owner to an ower because I owe everybody the money now.
Okay. So that's semantics to me, but whatever.
Good conversation, guys. So let's get into the episode. And I was with Chris Knight. Your overall thoughts of the episode, sir?
I like the aesthetics. I like the way it looks. I like the setup of a lot of things. It moved at a decent pace. It wasn't too fast, wasn't too slow. And hell, anytime you got Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, it's pretty cool. So I enjoyed the overall product.
Cool. Danny?
I'm going to put this disclaimer out. I worked last night till 1 o'clock. I get home to 2 o'clock. I got up at church, went to church at 10 o'clock. I ain't working on much sleep. So I might have drifted off a couple of minutes watching this episode. But I can tell you, I think I'm going to like it from what I saw, because I'm a big, huge fan of Nick Fury. I don't see Nick Fury. I see Mace Windu. All brother needs is a lightsaber, purple in color, and I'm there. I like Chris said, I like the intro, how it looks. The storyline is pretty dope. I missed some spot, like I said. I'm gonna watch it again. I did not like the ending, so I'm hoping that's they can do some kind of time jump or something. But other than that, man, I think it's gonna be all right. Cool. I don't see nothing that I don't dislike at this point.
JG?
From the ridiculous AI generated opening.
Oh, here we go.
The dull story. No, I'm joking. The intro, it grew on me after about a couple times watching it. I loved how flawed Nick Fury was. He's not the same Nick Fury we saw in the original movies more. You can see a man who's kind of troubled with the decisions he made. over the previous movies. It, like Danny said, I kind of dozed off a couple times. I feel like I could do something else, come back and not miss a beat. But like with typical MCU shows, it takes me 2 episodes to really see. Okay, I'm liking it. I'm sorry. Okay, I had to say it.
Wow.
But other than that, I really did like it. I will say that.
But the Flash is a masterpiece, wasn't it?
Oh no, I got my gripes about the Flash. Trust me.
Can't tell.
Warren, your thoughts?
So I saw the episode. I didn't fall asleep. I didn't doze off. I didn't drift to the shadow realm. It was. I think they're taking a page out of the Russo brothers when it comes to the spy thriller field. That's kind of what I'm getting from the first, from Winter Soldier. I like that it's a slow build up. I didn't like the ending either, but you know, I'm sure we're going to discuss that later. So I think there's more to that. But overall, I thought the episode was, I say decent because it's the first episode. I don't really rate first episodes until I get the series, until I get like into the 4th episode, because you're 4, you know, I believe it's an 8-episode series, right?
I think so.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
So I think it's an 8-episode
I believe it's
series.
6, guys. I believe
No,
it's
no.
Okay.
I think they cut that. I think they stopped doing that 6-episode nonsense because they realized it didn't work for them.
I hope so.
But overall, not bad. Clearly, there's going to be flashbacks of it because of how they keep mentioning stuff like, "Oh, you kept a promise." So overall, I think it's a good approach because this is a very
It's 6. That's what I thought.
6.
It's 6.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, because it's such a big magnitude of event, I understand why they made it more of a spy thriller. So, and I like Sam Jackson. So overall, I say it was decent. That's all I'll give it.
All right. And Brian, your overall thoughts?
Secret Invasion. Well, real quick, Secret Invasion will be 6 episodes.
Yes.
We just said that. Are you working in some kind
So
of
you're
time
doing it
delay or
again.
something?
So
Yes, I am. I am.
Danny, yeah, it's not the time delay. We know that. It's not the time delay. Chris is a little confused over there. It's okay.
all right. So
Go ahead, Brian.
for this one, I will say this. I wasn't a huge fan of the opening, and not because of everyone else is talking about. More that I thought with this thing, because they were going back like all phase 4, they should have recapped more about what was going on. I would, instead of that opening, I would rather had a recap of where we are in the current day. Yeah, I think that would have caught people up a little bit more. I think the timing of the episode was not great. I think there were some parts that were really, really fast and some parts that were really slow, and it didn't really match all the time. The idea of this, I am a huge Secret Invasion fan. I think the idea that this type of thriller will be great. I didn't like what they've done with Nick Fury at the beginning, because they're trying to humanize him, but in doing that, they're making him more flawed than he really is. And those things are something we're going to be able to discuss as it goes along. But because it's only 6 episodes, you need to hurry the hell up.
Yeah,
I agree.
And there's a lot of stuff they're taking their time in. And because of that, I think it's going to kind of... Right now, I didn't like the first episode as much as I thought I was going to like it. If I was going to rank it, it was okay.
Brian, I'm sorry. It's Brian, correct?
It's Brian, yeah.
Because this was 53 minutes. Mm-hmm. They usually are not that long. They usually like in the 20-something, 30-something. So I think if they do every episode 53, 56 minutes, then we get a little bit more story.
I believe we have 7 hours of story. Wow. So they're going to have to fill it in somewhere.
I think they could do it within the 7 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a decent episode. I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it. I don't know. You guys didn't like the end, but I kind of did because... And if it goes, we'll get into it more. But if it stays the way it is, then it's kind of like there's some stakes in this shit finally. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want to see. I want to see some stakes. It's just, you watch these shows and you know, okay, everybody's going to be okay and this and that. So when you start off the first episode like that, I think, okay, there's some stakes in it now.
I think you got your Mac mic working instead of your regular
mic.
mic.
Do I? All right, hold on.
Well, Well, I was gonna
But
say
that sounds a little off.
the ending correlated to me towards when Fury got shot by Winter Soldier in the second movie, because we're like, oh, is he dead? And then he comes back, and we're surprised. So that's why I don't think Maria Hill's dead. I mean, she's just too an important character, and that resonated with me because they both got shot, and it's like, oh, and
What's
So
the TV show they had him on? You like so much, also?
Which one?
The one with Marvel. He had all the different Ghost Rider on different things.
What if?
No. It came on like ABC or something, Fox, whatever.
Boss, you talking about?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. you
Yeah,
talking
Agents
about?
of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, Agent Shield. Okay, yeah.
Did they bring Coulson back on that? Because Nick did that thing and brought him back to life and all that kind of crazy stuff?
Yes.
Yeah. They're probably do the same thing with her.
I don't know, because they've done this in a lot of these TV shows that you have cost immediately. So having a death at the beginning that's cost could keep this going, because it's not a long show. So I mean, you can't bring her back immediately and make sense, because she was shot where she was shot. It wasn't just like in her heart. Like they had no instant help. This was something that was in the streets, and he closed her eyes, and that makes sense in the way that the way they are filming and timing wise.
Go ahead, Chris.
Go ahead, Chris.
I think either way you look at it. What?
No, I said you first, then JG.
Oh, okay. All right. I think that either way it goes, it's fine. But I definitely agree with Brian. They don't really need to go backwards. If they kill her off, she's dead. It's fine. I kind of expected she was going to die. I didn't expect she was going to die this early in the whole thing. But you just got to go. You got to keep moving, and you got to get to the end of it, because we've said that about all these episodes, about all these series, that more times than not, we're sitting there with 2 episodes left going like, okay, what's the point? Or where are we going with this? And then they got to rush through everything. And yeah, so if we're going to get there, let's go. I mean, if she's dead, she's dead. She's not an integral character. Coulson's dead now again, I think. So it's like, it happens. That's the whole point of the shield agent. You're gonna die.
He's gonna be in their warehouse, because don't they take them, put them in their warehouse, learn their body shape, and take their memories? So he may be in their warehouse somewhere.
That could be interesting.
Coulson, at the end of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., he's alive. It's kind of like an android body, kind of like what they did with her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you don't know if that's part of the canon either. You don't know if they're going to keep Secret the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as canon. There's a little they didn't. And the thing about Coulson is he was the reason that the Avengers were formed. There was no Avengers without the death of Coulson. And I think this is what we're doing with Secret Invasion. You're killing off Maria Hill to get someone to kind of come together and to wake Samuel L. Jackson up, because he's sleepwalking. Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen Samuel L. Jackson fake to shoot someone that many damn times? It don't matter. He had one eye or 2 eyes. He's gonna shoot somebody. He's gonna make a decision and live with it. But the fact that he's sleepwalking right now, and this wakes him up.
Books, he had some kind of like legacy serum or something. It wasn't like Captain America's, but it kind of kept him youthful and stuff.
Well, just kept him alive for a long time.
I don't know why they're not doing that. And he up there in space with sword or whatever they call it. They got to be showing him some kind of different things, and they got some kind of alien technology or something. So I don't know why they got him like in dopey mode. But I don't like dopey mode. Yeah, Samuel.
Nick, to you guys' point, I think it looks like has lost a step, but I don't think he does. I think he's faking it, right? I think he's actually doing it to make people underestimate him, right? Mm-hmm. Because even when he goes into that room with the lady there that kidnapped him, and she's like, "Oh, I can't believe you kidnapped," he pops the little camera in there real quickly, you know what I mean? And he tells her, like, "Maybe I wanted you guys to kidnap me," which is like he did. So, so I kind of think he's kind of like playing the role.
A little ring rust, kind of like how Batman did when he was fighting against Bane. He had a little ring rust, and he had to get himself back. So I think it's definitely ring rust, but he is no means over the hill, and I don't believe that.
But that's the whole point of Maria dying, though. I think that she wakes him up, and he's going to come back at episode 2. He's going to be pissed.
Shaft.
Yeah,
I can agree with that too. Yeah,
like with Shaft or like Luther. I don't know if you guys catch up on that series, but that type of I got everything going on. I'm making all the right calls because now you woke me up. And he's gonna need it because Gravik is a badass enemy. Like that's a good one to have because he used to be on their side. He knows how they do stuff, but he's gonna be ruthless. He's going to kill a lot of people, and he's gonna have to be on his A game to be up to this task.
I wonder if they're gonna make a super scroll in this.
Of course,
Yeah,
yes.
Weird. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Warren.
When I saw the episode, I got so many correlations between Winter Soldier because, Hydra planted themselves in places, and they're doing the exact same thing, and we don't know who. Like you can't tell, right? Because that was the whole thing about Secret Invasion when you read that. I think it's on the top 5 of like the most shocking ending when we found out that Elektra got stabbed and so I think whoever the writer, director, whomever, I think they got inspiration from the Russo brothers because it seems like they're going with like, okay, we're gonna do. I find it funny that they're using Russia and the U.S. right because like tensions and all that stuff and Unity Day. So I find that very interesting. The story with the daughter, which that's why I'm saying there has to be flashbacks because I didn't see Talos's wife die or whatever. So there's got to be something there. But again, I hope I wouldn't be surprised if we get a hint of Super Skrull. I really don't. I think that might be a hint at some point.
I actually think
maybe that'll tie in the Fantastic Four because how are they going to do that? That's how they're going to introduce the Fantastic Four. You think?
I don't know. I think
he have their powers.
It may be more of a getting ready to introduce Thunderbolts, maybe since they're in Russia.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
it will make sense.
What I'm saying, correct me if I'm wrong. Brian's the comic book head. Super Skrull has the Fantastic Four powers, correct?
And yes, not just that, but Super Skrull, I don't think it's enough time in this because if you focus on developing that, you could say that the Skrulls are still around at the end of this Secret Invasion, but they've kind of figured out how to figure out who's what. But then you could continue this storyline as part of Phase 5. I think that's what we're going to get more.
I think this is going to introduce the Marvels. That makes sense to me.
Exactly.
And roll right into the Marvels.
You will have this opportunity to see all these other things coming off from this show, but the Skrulls are not going to go away, and you're going to still get Super Skrull like later in other entities.
Samuel Jackson hit that beeper again on the last episode. Beep,
exactly.
Beep, beep.
It's like I still have something up my sleeve.
Here's a question to ask before we get on to our likes. Oh, we got another guest in the house. Terrence.
T.
Oh, it's Terrence.
Hello.
What is up, Terrence?
I'm not happy to see Terrence today.
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm okay, brother. How you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. So we were talking about our overall thoughts of this episode. What are yours?
I don't like that episode at all. Like, not even a little bit. I had like these horrible flashes of my time when I read the 8-issue miniseries, and I was just like, man, this is supposed to be Secret Invasion, huh? The hell have I got myself into? The whole Samuel Jackson being cool is not enough for me, especially, with my understanding of Nick Fury just being one of the most badass characters in that storyline among over 500 different heroes. Like, It just blew my mind with how bored I was.
But you guys didn't think like he had some badass moments? Like he put 2 bullets in that Skrull like it was nothing. You know what I mean? Like he killed that dude. And then you had the moment where, he told the woman, oh, yeah, I wanted you guys to kidnap me and stuff like that. So I feel like we're going to get the Samuel Jackson. It's just going to build up to it.
But what we saw at the end was so bad for Samuel Jackson. What Nick Fury was doing, he was hesitating, which we've never seen in any movie or TV show. Nick Fury hesitate. He always is 3 moves ahead of everybody, and he wasn't. And this is why I said Maria had to die because she had to wake him up because he's sleepwalking.
Wait, what did you say, Anzo, with the point of Nick Fury?
I was touch on that too.
Yeah, Donnie wants to say something, but I was just saying, You guys were saying like he didn't do anything, and I said he kind of did some badass stuff. He put 2 bullets in the guy when they were fighting, and then I think he was like, baiting out that woman that kidnapped him. He was like pretty much saying, "Yeah, I really wanted you to kidnap me. It's not that it was easy. This is what I wanted." And he put the
Well,
camera in
no,
there.
I like that. I like that part, but it's just overall, I just didn't like the episode. I was bored.
We'll get into the dislikes definitely. Danny, you wanted to touch on it?
Also, I hate going against you in front of company. But that is baloney you just said just now, because I remember distinctly when I put out bad ass moments with Boba Fett and you shut it down. I named more than 2, and those are lackluster bad ass moments. Samuel Jackson, brother. So that is the difference between you liking him better than you liking Boba Fett. Boba Fett has some badass moments. You like,
okay. Hold on. Let's get into this for a second. What did you consider was a badass moment from Boba Fett?
Okay, when one man went there and he killed a whole bar and got their bikes.
Okay, that was pretty. Right. That was pretty decent.
He pretty much took over the train and got the train route for all those people.
Yeah, but I didn't really like that moment.
Okay, the black Chewbacca was 10 times taller than him, and he was able to beat him.
Shit, I don't even remember that because that show was so garbage.
See that? I rest my case.
I don't even remember that. He said, "I get Nick being out of it because of the blip messed him up, and also felt like the world didn't need him anymore. But the show is going to return, going to be the return of old school Nick Fury." I think so. I think we're going to get to the point where we need him to get. But we'll move on and we'll talk about our positives. I want to hear what you guys liked about the episode. We'll go the other way around. So, Warren, what were your positives of this episode?
Positives was, well, we know that he's come from space because he literally comes from down from Saber because he feels that the threat on Earth is imminent, or he wouldn't, because remember, we've had all these events prior, Eternals, Thanos, I can name some more, but he's really looking out. So whatever he's doing in Saber, that's the positive to me, that we kind of we don't really know what's happening in Saber. Other positive is that we see there's more to the Skrulls than that led on, like, because remember the last time we saw them was 1970 before he got his eye scratched. So that's another positive to me. So we might get more history about them. That's why I think flashbacks are going to be needed, sadly. So I guess that's a positive. I guess it's positive, negative. I don't know. It cancels each other out. Other positive was it was just good to see Nick Fury again. Like, that was a positive for me. We've barely seen him since what? I'm trying to think since Endgame. That's the last time we really saw him. So, was there another movie I'm missing out?
Endgame. Is it?
Yeah, Endgame.
At the funeral.
Wait, no, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Endgame, correct. So,
you didn't see him at all Phase 4 yet.
No Way Home. No Way Home was the last time we saw him.
Yeah, that's right. No Way
Home.
Yeah. I mean, sorry, Far From Home. Far From Home was one of the last. So it was just good to see Fury back because he's the guy that knows everything, and I think he's gonna get back his mojo. So those are the positives to me. I think that there's more things happening than we know, like in the government as well. So that's all I'm gonna leave off on. All
right, Byron.
All right, I think the villains are the stars of this first episode. Honestly, seeing what I guess from what Gravik is and the way they're setting them up, even with Guy, because we don't know what side Guy is even on. You know, everyone's talking about Emilia Clarke and saying like, they didn't like the way she did things. I think it's because she's giving you false hope on a lot of stuff. Like, people are thinking she's still part. That's another thing I didn't like about Nick Fury, that he fell for her thing. He would never fell for just on one person saying something. He would have been checking up on stuff, and he just like,
unless it's part of his.
It's part of his plan.
It's part of his plan. You see, and that's the thing we don't know yet.
Hope so.
We don't know.
I hope it is, but his plan is not to get Maria killed. So I mean, I just hope that that we get more of that. But the villains seem very villainous. and that they're going to be up to the challenge. And sometimes with a show that's only 6 episodes, that's what it really is going to take. Someone who's going to push the envelope. And if you can have someone who's going to be that great, this could be a really good show. And I'm hoping for it.
Do you guys think it's possible that Maria could have been a Skrull?
No, but she didn't transfer back.
Yeah, but they ended it real quick and didn't show it. Is it possible that you could get like a later episode down the line or a flashback where she comes back and then it shows after he closes her eyes, she changes?
But two things. If she's a Skrull, then would she be in that warehouse? One. And two, can't the Skrulls tell each other? Because
Talos should have said.
Fury that
Talos would have saw.
That's a Skrull right there.
Yeah, Talos would have known.
He never said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless he said it secretly off camera, and him and Nick is playing something together.
I got you.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. We could the whole flashback thing though. Like the main flashback could be held to the 6th one, where it goes all the way back to this, and then shows that Nick Fury knew all this stuff ahead of time, and that he was really still 3 steps ahead.
Yeah.
And the other question I had was so
chess players, sometimes you think you give up your most powerful piece, but it's deliberate because you know 2 or 3 steps later you're gonna get what. So
I'm setting a trap. Setting a trap. Okay.
Did you guys like the explanation for why the Skrulls are bad? Because remember when we watched Captain Marvel, right? We had all the good Skrulls, and I know a lot of people complained about that, but now they're kind of showing some bad ones and explain how they became bad. Did you guys like that?
Are they bad though, or are we not following through what we promised?
I think it's 2 things.
Yeah, exactly.
Either one, they meant to do this. The Russo brothers or Kevin Feige ever meant to make this switch like this, which does make them seem very, very super intelligent. I don't know whether they're in that stratosphere yet or not. Or 2, they listen to what the fans say, like, we don't like the good Skrulls, and now this is their way of kind of flipping the script. So I don't know which one it is.
Well, you see with a lot of MCU villains, they kind of make them very humanistic, where even though they're bad, you kind of understand why they're doing what they're doing. And so are they really bad guys? Or like Brian said, do we not hold off on our end of the bargain, so now they're doing what they have to do?
Well,
okay, not killing the whole human race, that's bad.
Well,
hey, I mean,
yeah, right.
Yeah, but
you can
for
take
young
over,
people, you understand, like,
but kill.
Can you feel like young people is like you promised us that you're going to do something for us, and then you forgot about us, and then you left me.
Yeah.
And so now this planet, I can inhabit this planet. How about I just take all what you got, because you just totally lied to me in order to win your war, and then dipped.
Yeah, I'm making it about kill. That's another level.
Well, the thing is, we never know what happened after Captain Marvel with the Kree Skrull, whether or not why is there 500 people on this planet? We never got any answers to that. We never know anything between the Kree and Skrull. That's it. Like from because remember that takes place in the 70s when he's there when he meets Captain Marvel, and we don't get any sort of like fill in the blank what's been going on, why they like the whole process. Like it's a lot of emojis, question mark emojis I'm having, because what happened? Why are they here? What was the big change to make them say you're not fulfilling the promise? Was it because of the blip? Like,
it's the young people though, isn't it? Because like they're having babies, and these babies are growing up knowing that they were been promised something, and then they get nothing. They just been, and then the one person who promised you all this stuff left. Now, Captain Marvel didn't come back. Nick Fury didn't come back. Everyone just left you. So like that's how most movements are. It's the young people that see, hey, this ain't fair. I got nothing else to lose. Let me go do these things.
You got to realize too now that Nick Fury was in that blip. So 5 years he was gone, and I'm pretty sure the snap took some of their people too. So it ain't just like it just affect only humans and they still there chilling. The snap took half the people, half the sentient people in the whole universe. So the Skrulls had to feel that too. So for them to come back and do this, I think it's more evil than, okay, I'm pissed off because I ain't got a home. Okay, snap
but Samuel Jackson he came back and then left. Yeah, he didn't say nothing to Talos.
But he went to their people.
No, he went up to that space station.
Yeah, but he was with them, though.
Skrulls.
Yeah, he was with the Skrulls up
The
there,
Skrulls up
right?
there.
Because remember at the end of
Mhm.
was it Captain Marvel? The end of
No,
it where
it
they
was at the
showed
end of the Spider-Man movie.
yeah, the
one of
Spider-Man movie, right? And
He's up
yeah,
there with
he's
the
with the
Skrulls.
Skrulls. Yeah, he's with the Skrulls.
He abandoned essentially the human race
Yeah,
and went and lived with the Skrulls.
But he promised those Skrulls on Earth that he was going to find them a
kid of
planet.
a planet. Yes,
He
yes,
promised
did.
for you to because they had all the cards. Without them,
maybe he did find him a planet we don't know yet.
I agree with you saying.
I hope all of that happens.
If you out of existence for 5 years, that kind of put a tamper on
but
your
then he's been on that up in that space station for 8. They said they haven't seen him in 8 years. So that's 5 years plus 8 years.
Yeah.
So that's like we're talking about 13 years now and nothing happened. And they were talking 30 years without finding anybody.
Well, that's a drop in the bucket for them. You heard him say that. He said
for the young people, it's their entire life.
Terrence, what did you think about it? What did you think about the switch with the Skrulls?
Yeah, you had 2 questions, right? One was about the positives, and the other one was about the Skrulls, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do the Skrull one first. So, the idea of why they're bad in the MCU is stupid. I don't like that. They should have just made them evil from the jump, like they are in the comics, instead of just switching back and forth. And I don't like their motivations. I don't like this whole, sympathetic and we can, find out why and this makes sense. I don't like that crap. Just make them villains. They need to stop doing that shit. So I don't like that. In terms of the positive aspects, like honestly, there were only 2 moments that I liked, very brief moments that happened with Nick Fury. One is when he shot the Skrull. I'm like, that's definitely something that he would do. And then the other one was when he was talking to that one female and he told her, I let you take me. You didn't just take me because, I suck. Like those were the only 2 moments that I really enjoyed throughout the entire episode.
Okay. All right. And you, JG?
Positives, Gravik when he comes on screen. So I love him as an actor anyway. But it's almost like he stole scenes when he came aboard. Especially the ending when he detonates the bomb, whatever, kind of smirks. Like, yeah, we got you, right? I love that. If Nick Fury actually is kind of playing around, making people think that he's lost a step, cool. But if not, I'm not really liking that. As far as the Skrulls, like Terrence said, like I'd rather them just be villains. So you see with these MCU villains, DC has an issue too. But the MCU villains, Thanos saying, "Hey, I need to destroy half the Earth's population to survive, for it to survive." Right? Then Avengers come in, they stop it. Now, are you doing Earth, or are you helping her? See, that's my issue with MCU and MCU villains in shows like this because I don't know what side I should be on. Right? So I much rather Skrulls just be villains from the beginning to the end and not, well, they're bad guys, but they're actually good because they just want their people to survive. Yet, but the way they're doing it is bad. Like I don't like it.
Right, because they had those characters crying in the comics, and I was like,
Yeah.
they're lucky they don't got to deal with that shit. I'm telling you now.
Danny, you're positive?
I like just probably what everybody else said. I'm going to echo the same thing. I like the directions going in. I wish it was at least 8 episodes to get a little bit more in it. But if it stays 53 minutes and they give us at least 50 minutes of it, 49, I think we can get a decent story. I do believe, I think Chris mentioned this earlier, that Samuel Jackson is kind of playing possum. I don't think that he's over the hill. I think he has a game plan in place. Maybe Maria here was something he didn't anticipate because I don't think he quite knows yet how to detect them. But if he knew how to detect them, I think they could prepare for that. Kind of like I believe, like if Iron Man had more time to study those Infinity Stones, he could have made a suit that could have withstand the snap. He just didn't have the time to do it. But that's what I think Nick Fury is. If given enough time and preparation, I think he can come up with something. But he's kind of learning as he's going, and he has, like he says, I got 30 years of knowledge of interacting and experience with them. But still, he's got to learn a few more moves because now they're on the offensive. Where before they was always kind of like allies. So now they know what he knows as far as on the procedure stuff, but now he gonna learn stuff that they don't that they know. Because he seemed pretty surprised when a boy had super strength and took that chain off. So is that something they've been hiding from him or not? Because he's like, oh hell, how am I gonna get it here? And the guy said, I got it. So I never saw the super strength scrolls in the other movies. And like I said, he seemed a bit surprised at that. So I don't know whether or not they're kind of revealing themselves, or that's something they're adding to the lore of the scrolls. I don't know, but what I've seen so far, I don't have too many bad negatives.
All right. And your positives, Chris?
I do believe that I don't disagree with the fact that it's kind of hard when you got two sides and you're trying to figure it out. I want more context why they're bad, but it's very good to know that they've at least started making that move. And I hope that they explain when that happened and exactly why that happened. Is it just because they didn't get what they were told they were going to get? Or is it more? Is it something like when did this faction get split? You do need a little more, but I don't mind that some of the scrolls are good and some aren't. I think that's necessary because even in a lot of wars, you have some people from one side say, "No, I don't agree with that. I'm going to come over here and help these people." So that's okay. The parts that Fury absolutely was Fury was very good. What Danny said about maybe he was just off because he doesn't know how to detect them yet with Maria. I'll accept that as long as they don't make that him just losing a step. If it was just a sheer oh crap, I did screw up and
I need to catch up where I was. That's
exactly.
I think that's what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I thought I knew what I was dealing with. Obviously, I don't. As long as they make it so it's just not him being inept, which unfortunately a lot of the original Thanos and Infinity War Endgame characters have been turned into caricatures of themselves. Thor, all of that. We don't need to do that with Nick Fury. We just don't need to do that. And hopefully this will be a way of showing that perhaps maybe they're trying to change that back. We'll find out. I just hope that doesn't happen.
The ego.
I like the spy thriller feel of this whole thing. It is a very different feel, and you guys are going to hate me saying this, but I feel like I do about Andor with this. It's a different. It's a different way of showing
Andor. Really, this is where we're going, guys.
You know what I mean?
I liked Andor. What can I say?
I was just about to look for one. Here we go.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, it sure is.
My point is that this is definitely completely different than anything else they've done. I like this.
I don't know. Can I just?
Well,
do you guys remember Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Do you remember how the bad guys weren't really bad? They had a good point, and really the bad people end up being the U.S. government. I think what's going to end up happening is that same thing happening in this show. It's
you're gonna look at like the same story.
It's the same exact story. I think Gravik is going to be very similar to that, and then it's going to be the U.S. government that's going to really be the bad ones because it's going to be setting up all the other stuff. Because we already know Thunderbolt Ross is going to be president. You're going to have President Red Hulk. I mean, we're going to have all that shit going on. So that's what we're going.
Thunderbolt Ross is coming because of the fact that big thing in the ocean got left, and people are finally noticing it. That's why Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah, but it's still going to happen in the same universe. So the government is going to be inherently evil, and I think that's what we learn to not trust the government, and that's happening in every single movie. You go back to Wakanda Forever, whatever you want to go, the government is going to end up being the bad people.
The Winter Soldier, like this shit don't make no sense to me.
I think that's what we end up with.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
I was just going to say, no, I mean, I think those things were the positives. I mean, first and foremost, the overall feel of this show, and it is focusing on Nick Fury, which is good. because he is the linchpin of all this. He's going to have to be the one to figure out, just like Brian said, if it is that. That's what he's going to have to figure out. Right now, he's I won't say lost, but he is in that mode of I got to figure out what's going on, or he wouldn't have come back. And like they said, it was going to take a lot to bring him back. So as long as they keep the focus on him mostly, that's why I said if Maria's dead, she's dead. Leave it, go, boom, gone. But yeah, if they keep that focus on him, they're on the right path right now. So no, I liked all that.
You see, and I'm with you. I if they kill Maria, I want her to be dead. Like that's it. Show us that she's dead. Don't give us no she was a Skrull stuff or you know what I mean or something like that. I want her. If she's gonna die, keep it dead. You did that in the first episode. I liked it. I thought it was like okay, stakes. People are dying. Keep it like that. I had a question though, because I can't remember, but in Captain Marvel. They said there was a way that humans could find out whether they were Skrulls because they couldn't talk about something. What was that? Do you remember?
Oh,
I forgot all about that.
It was about it was like they would test them based off of their memories, like what things that had happened. But the thing is I think they've already written in that that's no longer the case because they're putting them into the stasis and they're saying they're taking their memories so now they can remember those things that they couldn't.
What's weird about that shit, like I'm glad that they did away with the humans being able to tell about the Skrulls, because in the comics Reed Richards couldn't even tell when somebody was a Skrull. He didn't even know when his own wife was a Skrull, so that's weird.
And they had all kinds of superheroes, Iron Man, all of them were Skrulls, so, and nobody knew, right? So yeah, I like that. That's why I asked that question because go ahead, Brian.
But don't you think that's what's going to happen? So Rhodey is a Skrull, right?
Yeah.
Like like all these the only superheroes that are going to be here are going to be Skrulls. We're going to, and that's why I say the government is going to be the bad entity when we all said and done. And I think a big relationship that really is going to have to get figured out is Talos and Samuel Jackson. Like Nick Fury and Talos used to be like this, and now Talos is the only one still believing in them. And but his wife died while waiting on Samuel Jackson, and he didn't even come out, and save her. Like so, that relationship is going to have to be kind of repaired before any of this stuff is going to work because they're going to need Gaia. They're going to need all.
Superheroes that they say are going to be in the show that's not War Machine. Which ones?
No, so there's not going to be anyone with superpowers. It's just going to be people that are in the government and stuff like that.
Okay. Question.
Go
Super
ahead,
soldiers.
When you hug your boy and you put your heads together, did that not seem a little?
Yes, it did. Yeah, it did.
Oh, they're gonna throw it in there, man. They're gonna.
Did.
I was like,
it did. I was like,
I ain't gonna do none of my boys like that.
I ain't gonna lie, Danny. When it kind of was weird to me too when I seen it. I was like, really? Like, are they gonna kiss? You know what I mean? Like they got that close.
You got a handshake and a hug, man. But
exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they knew the silliness that they were doing just to.
So that's an intimate gesture between man and woman, in my opinion. I'm just saying.
Facts, 100%.
So a father and his child.
Yeah, exactly. That type of relationship.
Not no boys.
I just want to say something. I know Danny's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm crazy." I just want to say, you guys got to remember that at the end of Quantum Mania, there was a Skrull that was a Kang variant. Just throwing that out there. There was a Skrull that was a Kang.
Yeah. Actually, and I don't quote me on this, but I did see a video where they talked about it, and they actually said that wasn't a Skrull. I don't know I can't remember what they said it was, but yeah, I can't remember what they said it was. I'll find you guys the video and I'll post it.
Like some kind of creature-like thing too.
When they kind of showed it briefly in the comics, it was just an alien, not a Skrull. But
that's what they said. Yeah, that's what they said. It was some kind of alien. It wasn't really a Skrull. So we don't know. But my positives are like again. I kind of liked when Samuel Jackson was being Nick Fury, kind of badass, you know what I mean? And that scene where he's sitting down, and he's talking to the dude, and he's like, okay, you lied once, You only get one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then he's like, again, he said, that's number 2. You know, I was like, okay, yeah, that's some Nick Fury
I thought he was
shit,
about to
right?
shoot him. That's what I thought he was gonna like shoot him in the kneecap or something.
I wish he would have, because that would have been tight. But because Thanos,
shot, but
I wish he would have shot him the first time he lied. That's what Nick Fury from the comics would have did. You don't get multiple times, but it was cool.
They had to get information from him, so he couldn't really.
Yeah,
just kill
he
him.
still shoot him in the knee. It's like
Right,
that's
like,
my second chance
Mhm.
to not kill you. Yeah,
Right.
that's the first your left knee.
Yeah, Pain will get somebody to answer up real quick. Shoot him right in his fucking kneecap.
Yeah, so that was interesting. What else did I like? Again, I like that, you know, they supposedly killed somebody at the end. I thought that added stakes to it. Oh, and I don't know what people are talking about because they're complaining about the opening with the AI. It's like, oh, AI did the opening and blah blah. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I thought it was cool.
Didn't look bad to me.
Anzo, let me
Yeah.
tell you something, Anzo. The intro that you have for your channel is better than that shit I saw in Secret Invasion.
Well, why didn't you? Okay, so before we get in, why didn't you like it? Why didn't you guys? Anybody else that didn't like it? Why didn't you like it?
I thought it was
not
cool.
It's not that it's bad to me. It was just kind of like, that's it? All the fucking money y'all got? That's it? Couldn't do better?
Well, you know what? To be honest with you, maybe the AI cut like a couple $1 million off of the budget by doing that way. You know what I mean? So hopefully we'll get some good effects in this show. Like, okay, you know what? We'll make AI do the opening and we'll save some money and you'll get effects. Did anybody else didn't like it?
I didn't even pay attention. I thought it was like, I just don't really pay attention to
It
intros,
looked all
so
right to me.
I'm indifferent. Okay.
All right. So basically that's
It was
for that.
okay. I just feel like it was unnecessary. That was my only thing.
Yeah.
I just thought it was unnecessary. It was like you should have done something more with it, especially if you're going to say basically all phase 4 didn't matter. If you're going to say, tell me that, then say something to connect those dots instead of me trying to figure it out.
Why do you think they're saying all phase 4 didn't matter?
Because nothing that happened in phase 4 is going to have any bearing on this show. I mean, Nick Fury was gone.
Eternals will have a bearing.
Yeah, that's not
a bearing though.
I don't know. It will in the future. I think in future shows it will.
Wait, what in the Eternals is gonna matter in Secret Invasion?
Nothing now. It will happen event in the future. We'll talk about
I've said that before.
Eternals is more
They're good at making a movie here now. You'd be like, this is crap. But then 3 movies later on, you'd be like, oh, so that's why they did this, this, and this. So Eternals might be a setup for something later on.
Yeah,
I ain't saying it's going to be fantastic.
I was asking Byron's question about what Eternals is the most important thing, but we're not looking at it.
No, I think Eternals will be important, but it won't be anything for Secret Invasion. It's going to be all for Eternals. Is all for Phase 5. Yeah. Everything in Phase 5 is being set up by Eternals. So that's given.
Right.
I wasn't a huge fan of Eternals, but it's good.
Don't give them another.
You keep hearing about the Adamantium. That's going to set up some of the X-Men. You keep seeing different things. So I'm not saying how important Eternals are going to be, but we're going to look back at 3 or 4 episodes, 3 or 4 movies, maybe even a television show later in the future. Be like, okay, so that's why they did this, and this.
But then if you're going to have a show, then why not just say, hey guys, right now this stuff doesn't matter. Let's focus on when he left, and then it's been 8 years, and now he's back. Yeah. Like
they're not going to put that much thought into Disney Plus material, man. It ain't going to happen.
Yeah,
I wish. I mean, that's the thing. We always sit here, we talk about all these things and the setup that this could do and what they can do with these series. And I think we put way much more thought into it than they do. I mean, it's like they have some ideas, but it's always lackluster. I mean, and I like a lot of these things. Don't get me wrong. It's just they leave so much on the table that they could do. It's not like we're asking them to do it.
I do too.
When's the payoff? Wait, are we waiting for the very end of this? Of all of this?
Disney
is that what we're waiting for?
Or like Easter egg hunts. They're not for a lot of substance. They're like they're to, just like you said, Chris. You're exactly right. They are to expect our imagination. Be like, oh, we'll do this, and this. Because some of them people are listening, and some of the ideas that the fans are coming up with, they're integrating into these other movies. I ain't say they're doing it the way we would absolutely, positively like to do it. But there have been some things where they do this stuff, see what the fans are going to do. Favreau did it in Star Wars. I think the only reason he didn't do it better is because Kathleen Kennedy tied his hands.
Kathleen Kennedy, let's not even say her name.
I'm just saying, but I think that Kevin Feige is
Correct.
listening, and that some of the ideas, maybe not all, he's going to implement some of these future movies, and it's going to pay us off. That's what I believe.
I just want
They
this
need to
show.
start thinking about quality on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
I just hope that this show is more like I love Loki. I really did.
Yes,
I thought
I love
Loki was
Loki.
very good. I want this show to end up more like Loki and be so good that you keep on looking back into it like, wow, they gave us this thing, and I didn't even realize how important this was now, until later. And I'm hoping that this gives us those type of things, and it still hits at the end.
I think a lot of that too, Byron, is the actor. The actor, they picked the perfect actor for Loki.
Yeah, they
Because
did.
people just naturally gravitate towards him. Tom Hiddleston, I think that's his name. Hiddleston.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same thing with Samuel Jackson. Some people are just going to watch this show because they're Samuel Jackson fans. And they might give it a pass on some of the episodes of the quality. Not everybody, but I think that cause there's something like Hawkeye. I like Jeremy Renner, but I thought it was pretty much a doze fest.
Yep.
Oh,
So,
Lord.
Yeah, they giving it a pass, all right.
Hawkeye
They
was
definitely giving
fine.
it a pass.
I would agree. All right, so Chris said he has to go soon. So let's get
Okay.
Chris's dislikes, predictions, and then grade for it. Chris, are you back? Okay, he's not back yet. So we'll go with you, Danny. First off, just go your dislikes. We'll get all of Chris
I
later,
really
but I
have
want
a-
your dislikes.
I wish it'd be a little bit longer because I think the episode should be one solid hour. If they're going to do only 6 episodes, then we need 6 hours of solid showtime, of story time. I didn't like the fact that Maria got killed. I don't like it personally when the good guys get killed. I just don't. Call me old-fashioned, call me whatever. But I want the good guys to win. I want the bad guys to lose. That's the way I'm built, and it's probably not going to change. I know that in part of the storytelling that the bad guy got to go through some kind of trying time, a difficult time, and be on the short end of the stick. But at the end of the movie, I want the man in white to be standing up winning and the man in black to either be dead or go home thoroughly defeated. Batman
So
and
is that
Joker,
why
it works for years? Batman and Joker. The Joker had a Batman in a pickle, but at the end, Batman always prevails. So that's what I like seeing. Go ahead.
Is that the reason why you didn't like Empire Strikes Back, Danny? Because
What?
Darth Vader won?
What?
Huh?
You didn't like
You
Empire
don't
Strikes
like
Back?
Empire Strikes
No, no,
Back?
No. I'm saying it's not my number one all-time movie. I'm saying Revenge of the Sith is. Empire Strikes Back is 2. Go back and watch everything I said. Empire Strikes Back is not the best Star Wars movie in my opinion. I
don't
said
wanna-
your opinion.
I'm happy
in my
to say
opinion.
your opinion. I'm happy.
Yeah,
to say that.
let's not open that can at all, because that's a whole other story. I want to dive into why it's not your favorite. Like I would want to go
I'm just
further
gonna tell
in.
you. If I had this is the truth. If I had $15, I got Empire Strikes Back here on my left to watch, Revenge of the Sith on my right to watch. Now I gotta watch one of them. I'm going to Revenge of the Sith
I
all
agree
day
with Danny on
long,
this one.
twice
100%.
on Sunday and 3 times on Saturday. I'm just gonna do it.
100%. I agree. Revenge is better.
I love
Revenge of the Sith is number 2.
facts.
Okay,
Facts.
that's your opinion.
Wow.
I'm gonna spend my last $15.
Well, wait.
On Revenge of the
I just
Sith.
got to say this. You say it's our opinion, but I think Anzo and I would say it's fact. But that's what's up.
Yeah.
Wait.
Absolutely.
And who is winning in fact and fiction? Let's go ahead and for the record.
Oh, you see.
Who is
Hey,
winning in
oh,
fact and fiction?
You know what? Wait. You know what? My memory is really hazy.
Yeah,
Since
I
my
bet it is.
computer's down right now.
But
I'm
guess
not
what?
sure if those
I
totals
got the
will come back
scoreboard right here,
proper.
brother. And as
Yeah, I
I
think
Oh, damn it.
I've been spanking
That's right.
that tail
That's right.
all
The
season.
scribe of Chaos Central right here sits there and keeps everything. Like you can say like, what did we say like 6 months ago about this? And he's gonna know it.
I'm gonna remind me about Revenge of the Sith. Is that where he choked out Padme? Is that the one we talking about?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
I'm just gonna let you guys know I'm glad my co-host Tank Kramer is not on right now, because he is the biggest Star Wars fan I know, and he will be going berserk right now.
Why nobody scared of Tank? Tell them, come on. Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
That's what we're on too.
We should do a crossover episode.
Yeah, that
Oh,
we should.
100%. 100%. We could do that.
No, because that'll be 5 against 1. I ain't going into that.
No.
Hold on.
Hold on.
I agree. I think Revenge is better than Empire.
That'd be 5 people against me. No, sir.
No, it's 5 and 2.
Empire changed everything. No one knew what the hell was going on. No one knew what the secret ending was. It blew people's mind. When it came out, it was the standard for 3 decades. Like it's hard. We're talking about another movie that uses it to try to be to be good. Like it's like the whole argument that these players today are better than Michael Jordan, but
Mr.
without
Grizzly.
Michael Jordan, you wouldn't be it. Like
Mr.
it's like
Grizzly.
it's
Uh,
I just
Mr. Grizzly,
I-
there's
They
comparison
They
between
are.
Michael
the
Jordan
best Star Wars
and
material.
LeBron Jackson and LeBron James. It's okay to be number 2. It's okay.
That's what I tell LeBron all the time.
If
LeBron
somebody
could be number
said, Danny, you are the second best YouTuber on the planet, I'd be happy.
I agree.
And it's okay
100%.
that your movie could be the second best one. Like
In your
But
mind, but it's okay to be number 2.
But if you number 2, right? Wouldn't you strive to be number 1 still though?
No, it depends on
Of
my, it depends on my bank account.
I won't say it's number 3 because I won't say the first Star Wars is number 2.
Oh, you definitely on some stuff.
Episode 4 is gonna be number 2, and then we're going.
Oh yeah, we could definitely have this debate because I
Ain't
say
no way
Revenge
New
of
Hope
the-
better than Revenge of the Sith. That ain't even possible.
Without it,
I'll
you
watch
wouldn't have
New
it.
Hope over any of that prequel
Hold on,
shit.
guys. We can continue this.
Well, we can bring him on the Star Wars Senate.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
Yes,
we're going to have to
yes.
do that. That's
Yes, we can.
fun.
We can reach out. You guys, Spoiler Kings, Tank, and what's the other guy's name?
Brandon, yeah.
Brandon, yeah.
I
And
won't
Chaos
be there.
Central stuff. We can do with that. You know what, Danny?
I
No.
need
You
you on.
no. Hold
I
on.
need you on, Danny.
No,
I
hold
need
on.
you
You
need
know-
to have this whole conversation, man.
No, you know what, Danny?
I gotta have some help. I ain't got no help.
I'll help you, Danny.
No, you know what I say? And see, we're in there too. And you know what, Danny? If we're going up against them, then yeah, I'll be on your side for that episode. 100%.
That'll work.
I'll back you up. Chris Knight, since you got to bounce, give us your negatives, your negatives, your predictions, and your grade for the episode.
All right. My dislikes for this were things like what Danny said. I don't like that they killed Maria. I expected it to happen. I just didn't know about right now. I mean, I don't know what it's going to do for anything except for maybe wake him up. But that could have been a real better moment for like the 5th episode or something like that. Other than that, so far there's not much more. My overall thoughts about this is it feels like it's going in the right direction. Let's not bring Maria back just because we can. Let's move on. Let's just go forward. Let's keep on the whole idea of we've got only so many episodes to get to the point. Let's keep on the point and keep moving. I think that this is all going to play out like in a flashback in episode 6 where he knew what was going on. I hope that, because I don't want to see another character, especially Nick Fury, go the way of everybody else, like Thor and everything else. No, you can't do that to Nick Fury, because Nick Fury is a badass. Yeah. The one problem I hated about Captain Marvel was they made him look like every idea he had was her idea, and I didn't like that.
That's exactly what they did.
And that's the thing. I don't want that again. I don't want that. I think he needs to be the star of the show, and he needs to stay the star of the show.
I think I'm confusing Nick Fury getting waken up by Maria's death. He got woke up in the episode the minute Talos said it's gonna be the extinction of y'all people. Because he got on his feet, he started getting mad.
Then why did he hesitate with all the gunshots? He kept on hesitating in that whole thing because he just didn't know what the hell he was doing. He wasn't also, Nick Fury yet.
No, because the guy was saying, "No, this is my fight. This is my fight." Because I think if the guy would have said
not there.
No, not there. I'm talking about at the very end when the bomb was about to go off, and he could have shot all these people, and he just was not shooting. He kept on hesitating. And Nick Fury does not hesitate.
Exactly. So I hope they get past that. I hope they drop that.
So here's the thing I was going to say, because
and then
he hesitated, right?
This, real quick.
Because he ran across his line of fire.
Yes, exactly.
He was shot.
Go ahead, Chris. Sorry. Go ahead, Chris.
No, that's fine. That's fine. No. My final grade for this right now is a conservative B. I might say B plus, just because I don't know where they're going yet. I'm going to keep it conservative. It was a good start. I do like the intro. I think the intro is really kind of different and it suits this series really well. I want to see more classic Nick Fury than questionable Nick Fury. I want to see him move that way. This should be about him figuring it out, because that's what he always did. You know, when he acted like he was dead, he did it so he could back off and watch from the distance and see what's going on. And so he's been doing that all this time now. Now he feels like, I have to be the player. I have to get in there in the game. So we need to see him take that move and make that move and come to play, basically. So that's what I think. And I will see you guys next week. Okay.
Absolutely. Tuesday, Chris.
That's awesome.
Tuesday.
Later.
Tuesday, I will jump on for a little bit if I can. I might be at a comedy club. I don't know yet, but I will let you know. If I don't go do that, I will let you know. All right, cool. I'll talk to you guys.
Peace out.
Peace.
All right. Who was next? All right, Byron, your negatives.
See, you know, negatives is such a harsh word. I just feel like I don't like the way they started. Well, a lot of this stuff, I think they could have went a different direction with some of the stuff. I don't think Nick Fury, I'm all about character arcs, so I don't mind him being a little bit lost, but he has to be Nick Fury in the upcoming episodes. You know, I just want you to give us good arcs with everybody and have a definitive bad guy instead of having these guys who are just, you know, maybe they're bad, maybe they're not. You know, figure out those type of things. Figure out the pacing. Decide if you're going to be running or you're going to be slowly figuring out detective stuff. Figure out how it's going to go so it makes sense to everybody, so you don't have those times, those lulls when people falling asleep. A lot of times that the timing of things really ruins these episodes, and that's why I go back to Loki. You know what to do because you showed me what you know how to do in Loki, and you have to have someone who's engaging, and you need to follow that main character. And you really be all about that main character. If you do those things and you do that with a Secret Invasion, this will be a great series. And at the end, I'm going to be very happy. But I'm not sure they're going to do that yet. And I'm concerned with the way they've gone. That's all.
Gotcha. Warren.
This is only the first episode. That's how I'm looking at it. It's decent for a start. I like the vibe I got was mostly it is a spy space thriller. That's what and that's the way they're going, and I'm okay with it. My dislikes a little bit was I didn't expect Maria dying. I expected someone dying, but not Maria. And I think we're gonna see more of Fury as it progresses. I think it's gonna be slow in the beginning and picks up. So for a first episode, I think it was just okay. Maybe they could have had a little bit more. I don't know, maybe nothing. I think it's okay. I think the only thing I was confused about was Maria's dying. And maybe Sam Jackson, Nick Fury's playing possum, but we'll see. So I'm gonna say episode 3. Once we get to the third episode, we should be. I'm kind of on Brian on side there. By that time, we should know what is going on. That's my theory.
JG.
Like Warren said, this is the first episode, so it's kind of really hard to say yay or nay with this show already. I know he said by the third episode. I'm gonna have to say the second episode because it's only 6 episodes, so you really need to start hitting the ground. Episode 2 and moving forward. I'm hoping Samuel L. Jackson's playing possum because if you notice, everyone that comes back from that blip is kind of different when they come back. They're a little slow. They're kind of trying to catch up to reality as they see where they are. I do think he may have lost a little step because even at the end when he's hobbling down those steps, right? It's like, yeah, he's not as spry as he used to be. But with Maria's death, he's got to hit the ground rolling. Episode 2. He's got to be the badass Nick Fury that we've known. We've seen it comics and we've seen in these movies thus far. I really want to see a definitive villain. I hate they're bad guys, but the reasoning is good, even though their way of doing it is bad. Like we saw with Killmonger, right? Where I'm kind of on his side, but the way he's doing it may not be the best way to go. But I see why he's doing it. I don't want to see that. Right? I want to see the good Skrulls. Okay, they're good. Bad Skrulls, okay, they're bad. Done. Let's move on. But like I said, episode 2, I really get to see. I really get my grade episode 2 after that.
All right, Danny, this one's for you. Haha. He knows his odds. Empire's #1 Star Wars movie. Revenge of the Sith. Come on. All the tech in the universe, and she dies
That's
from a broken
heart.
Let's see, Tank Kramer. I don't see the name Doctor in front of your name, so I'm pretty much assuming that you, like the rest of us, not a doctor. So I don't.
Hey, you never know. A broken heart can take you a long way, I guess. You know.
The same way hatred can keep you alive. Don't you think that a broken heart can do the verse?
Can kill you? Yes, 100%. Yes, 100%. A broken heart can kill you. Terrence, you're this.
A broken heart can make you do some dumb stuff. I can tell you that.
Facts. Facts. And let's just be real. If a broken heart were to make you kill yourself, then wouldn't you be dying from a broken heart?
No. Yeah, but no, you killed yourself. She just was sitting on the table. Because of a broken heart. No, she was like, "Oh, my heart's broken."
She didn't die because of a broken heart. She died because
broken
of
heart is a disease. The way to kill yourself is just a method of dying.
You know, Terrence, your negatives.
So honestly, man, my negative is the entire episode. Like, Kevin Feige is a fucking fool for taking a big storyline like Secret Invasion and dumping it on Disney Plus. It is nothing like the comic books. I do not like how they're handling the Skrulls. I don't like how they're handling Nick Fury. I don't like anything about it, really.
So I gotta ask you this, because I hear this all the time, and this is a lot of the things that people try to use to say they don't like it. Oh, it's not like the comic books. What fucking movie in the MCU out of the 30-something movies they have is like the comic book?
Preach, brother, preach.
So here's the thing, Anzo, right? Really, it's just, you know, when someone said, well, I'm not going to talk for humans because they be on some bullshit. But when I say something like that, really is just a basis to create understanding and to let said humans know that I am a fan because of the comics and that I do not appreciate the butchery of the shit and just using the name and nothing else. But honestly, if I'm gonna be fair to it, you know, as a show, it's okay. But if you compare it to the comic books, it's fucking garbage.
I learned a long time ago never to compare it directly to the comics because it's not going to be. I mean, Flashpoint's my favorite DC, I think it's my favorite storyline ever, and that's not Flashpoint. You know, so it doesn't matter what you do. So if I compare it to the comic books, I'll never like it.
If you're going to use the Flash as an example, the main basis of that is there. They just change other elements. But with Secret Invasion, I see the title, I see that there are Skrulls, but this is tragically watered down and nowhere near as good. And then if I just judge it off the basis of a show, like I said, it's okay. It's not great. It's not bad. It's all right. Like, if I'm going to judge it off of this first episode. Now, when I watch the other 5, which I will, I'll do it because it's short, right? I'll just get through the other 5. I could very well like the next ones. But again, because I like the comic book storyline based off of this first episode, this shit ain't going to never measure up. So I have no choice but to look at it, what they offer with the show. And what they've offered me so far is jack shit. They ain't done nothing yet.
Did you like Endgame, Terrence?
I liked most of Endgame, specifically the last hour of Endgame more than anything else.
Which is based off of the Infinity Gauntlet comic book,
right? And I prefer Infinity War over. I prefer Infinity War over Endgame all day because Endgame they got that stupid time traveling shit that don't make no fucking sense. But in Infinity War, at least Thanos was whooping the characters' asses like he did in the comics. So at least they did that.
Okay, I'll agree with that, but the story is like totally different, right?
So you're right, because in the comic books, Thanos was a bitch. He was trying to get to impress Mistress Death. I'm glad they didn't do that shit. That's like one of the few times I'm like, I'm like, keep that crap away from my boy Thanos. So if you ask me, they improved him a little bit from the bitch he was in Marvel Comics.
Hey, Terrence, the last time you went time traveling, where'd you go?
The last time I went time traveling was in fiction when they actually make fucking sense when they do it, like Back to the Future, like Terminator, like
Okay, I'm
Legends
just
of
saying,
Tomorrow.
where
You know
did
what I
you
mean?
go
Like
when you
there's
went
many
to
fictional
get time
examples of
travel?
how to do time travel properly. Professor Hulk is a fucking idiot and he doesn't know what he's talking about.
How do we know? Nobody has time travel
Exactly.
before. So how do
Going
we know
off
what
of
is
what has
correct or
been
incorrect?
presented in fiction,
Facts.
because obviously all this shit is fictional, right? Anybody can go, well, you don't know how the Batmobile would operate. You don't know how to time travel. I'm like, we got
You don't.
fictional examples. That's what we go off of. And the way that Professor Hulk did it, he was a fucking idiot. Even he wasn't sure in the context of Endgame. Them characters were looking at him like, are you sure? Nah, I'm a fucking idiot.
But to be honest, he told them that when they first approached him. He said, this ain't my area of expertise. And they were
I
like,
know
well,
he said
you
that.
were able to
And
get
then it
this
was
together.
confirmed based upon the stuff that they gave us. It was fucking stupid. Batman explained
Hold
the
on.
way the time
Okay.
travel stuff
Okay,
worked better.
Professor
on.
He
Terrence.
explained it
I
better.
stand corrected, Professor
We
Terrence.
continue that in a second. Warren said he has to go. So Warren, give us your where are we? We're at your final predictions and your grade.
Yeah.
Oh, it's probably.
Did you give us your negatives?
Yeah, I gave the negatives.
Okay, yeah.
My rating, I gotta give it a solid C, not even a C plus, like just a solid C for this episode. I think that's as fair as I could be. I think the next episode we're gonna see some more stuff about the mother and more detail about the plan and maybe some more stuff about, because we did see the flashback with Fury disappearing, so I'm assuming there's gonna do another flashback. So
Absolutely.
I expect flashbacks.
I think so
no.
too. I
Not
think
like
there's a
Boba
lot.
Fett.
Hopefully not like Boba Fett.
Watch
Oh God, no! Please, no more of that trash.
Warren, thanks for coming in, man. We'll see you next week because
Yep.
we'll be doing this for all the episodes. Danny,
Take care.
Take care, brother. Your
Grade
predictions and grade, yeah.
I'm gonna give it a C. I mean a B minus. Like I said, I think it's gonna get better. I didn't hate this. Not really familiar with the Secret Invasion comic book storyline. I've heard of it, know it exists, know some aspects of it, but not intimately and not in detail like others on this panel. I definitely think Rhodey. When I saw Rhodey, I was like, yeah, he's a Skrull, and I think the President might be a Skrull too. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why, but that guy that was talking to Holson, I don't know why. I was like, he reminds me of the Question that's in DC. So I was like, and I thought that Holson too was a Skrull, which we found out he was. So it makes me believe that Tolson or Colson, whatever his name is in that warehouse. I don't think he's dead. And if Maria ends up being a Skrull, then she too is somewhere in that warehouse. And then maybe Samuel Jackson knows that, and maybe it's his plan to try to go ahead and rescue his partners. I just don't think Samuel Jackson. I think he's playing really coy. I think he's playing like he's behind the 8 ball. I think if she is a Skrull, Samuel L. Jackson knew it. Him and Tolson probably said something. Him and Tolbert said something off camera, and they're going to show in episode 5 or 6 where all this was put together and we see this and this. So that's what I think is going on. I don't think he's lost a step at all. I think he's just playing kind of country dumb, and then when it's time to go ahead and do what he need to do, then we're going to see the real Nick Fury.
All right. And your grade?
I give it a C minus.
Oh, C minus. Okay. Byron, you're up.
All right. I'm giving it incomplete. INC. That's what it is right now.
Okay.
I predictions wise, I think the reason why they killed Maria is because Talos, the buddy cop between Talos and Nick Fury, it would be like the driving force in this next couple episodes. So you didn't need Maria there because you already know Talos is that conflict is going to drive a lot of it. I think Gaia is going to be the pendulum. Like whatever side she's on, that's the side that's going to win. And I think she comes back to their side, and then she dies for their cause, and that drives Talos to actually maybe going to the other side, and that's where we're end up ending the entire series. That Talos has been the only person who's been reliable for Samuel Jackson, and then at the end of this, all the stuff he does, he's going to end up being on the other side. And though they figured out the invasion, he's going to know all the insides and outsides of that Samuel Jackson is doing, and that's gonna be a problem. So I can see that.
You. I forgot two things to mention, right? So the beginning opening scene when Ross is going to see that guy, like I knew right away he was a Skrull, right? I'm like, they should have used someone else because we saw Ross get arrested in fucking Wakanda Forever.
Exactly.
So all of a sudden he's there, right? I was like, nah, they should have used someone else for that.
And then
And then
broke him out at the end.
oh yeah, that's right. But
She
still,
broke him
he's
out,
but he still wouldn't have.
I agree with
He's
your
in
point.
Wakanda though.
Right.
Yeah, I
He still
agree.
wouldn't have been. Yeah, he still wouldn't have been doing the government and stuff with Maria Hill and stuff like that, right? And then the other part is the daughter. I knew she was lying. How come I knew she was lying, but no one else did? You know what I mean?
How did you know and Samuel Jackson not know it? That's the problem.
That was an issue too. All right, JG, let's get with your overall your predictions and grade.
I had to give first episodes a grade, but if I have to gun to my head, I'll give it a solid C. Predictions, hell, I don't know, because the MCU, they just, since they're not going off the comics, they kind of inspired by them, but they don't go off them. They create their own stories. I don't know where the hell they're going to go. But I will say there's going to be a lot of flip-flopping going on. There's going to be a lot of that because you have two sides and neither one really know about each other, in so to speak. You know what I mean? Where, like, Brian was talking about Talos, right? I think Talos will flip because of Guy. I think Guy will flip because of Talos.
Yep.
One of them's going to die to make them go to one side and stay on that side.
Yep.
Right? I don't know, man. I'm hoping to introduce some Thunderbolt action, maybe. 6 episodes. I mean, they're in Moscow. I mean, you got to, right? I don't know where it's headed. I really just don't know. I'm just tired of seeing all these Skrulls walking around like, okay, this person's a Skrull, that person's a Skrull, this person over here is a Skrull. Or who the hell is not a Skrull at this point?
Tank had a question. Was that the Agent Ross we've seen since Black Panther 1 played the long game as a Skrull? And that's a good question too, right? And again, that's what brings up a lot of, because, and I heard this somewhere, and like, again, don't quote me, but they were saying that fucking Rhodey was a Skrull since Endgame.
Yeah, Rhodey's been a Skrull since Endgame.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing.
Where's the real Rhodey?
Exactly.
He was captured.
Oh my god.
Oh, so he's probably in one of those rooms, right?
Yeah, so Rhodey's not dead. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
Rhodey's going to be around.
Yeah. But I heard he was.
Yeah, but would that fall have him? He lost his. That ain't true because when he got hurt, then they would have seen it whenever they tried to fix him up and 20 gave him those legs. 20 would have discovered that he wasn't human.
I agree with you.
Don't he have fake legs now to help him walk?
Some type of thing on his mechanical, yeah.
This is mechanical legs.
Tony would have been put him in whatever his computer or whatever to check out stuff. He would have.
Well, Tony would have figured it out, but it's at the end game, so Tony's dead. And ever since Tony is dead, and that's what we're saying. That's kind of end game. So Tony's dead, so that's why it could be that he's a Skrull and he could come back and still be, important.
Oh, so if it's after Endgame, that makes sense. But I heard it was during Endgame, right? Infinity War and Endgame. That's what I heard. So, but if it's after Endgame, you're right. It makes sense.
Infinity War. If it was Infinity War, I said nah.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
because when he gets shot out and falls, you have to do some sort of operation on him, right? And then when you do that, you can find out, hey, this ain't fucking human. So yeah, it kind of kills that theory. Terrence, your overall thoughts and your grade. Not your overall thoughts, predictions and your grade.
Okay, so my predictions don't have any because I have no investment in this aside from the fact that I'm a Marvel fan. I'm just going to watch it by default. And I don't care what any human says, but your first impression is always important. And this first episode, they were fucking up when it comes to this storyline. So for me, I'm going to give it 2 grades. And this is what I always do with comic book material. As an adaptation, it's a fucking F. Just as a show on its own, it's a C. It's average. It's nothing really special at this point going off of the first episode, right? So later down the line, that could change. I could start cheering and doing backflips off the couch and shit. But as it stands right now, I'm like, yeah, I don't really need any more. But let's see what y'all can do.
Absolutely. And that is it, guys. We went through the whole episode. We will be back for next week. I'm going to get these guys to go through their channels one more time. I just want to say this before I go. I've been watching The Walking Dead Dead City, and that shit is fucking fire, bro.
I gotta check it out. I gotta check it out.
I caught up on Fear, Hanzo. We're going to have to talk about that.
Absolutely, we will. Danny, shout out your channel. Where can they find you?
You can find me Monday nights, whether it be this Tuesday night, we'll be celebrating Hanzo's birthday on Chaos Central, maybe on Bigger 4 Entertainment. I'm not sure which one you're going to do it on, maybe both. But normally you can find me on Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Chaos Central. You can find me on Guy Scar's channel, The Hangout, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes I pop in on Hanzo's other show, the OOC. Sundays usually at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find me on Songs Live, which we're not doing the show tonight. We're about to go out of town and do something. But mainly what I'm working on now, which I'll be starting to record as soon as I get off of here, is what I call it my encouragement series, where Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I released a video talking about a word of the day and also the quote of the day, trying to encourage others.
And make sure you check that out. Yeah, it's an amazing series. And I agree with you. Well, Superman and Lois is fire. I agree with you.
Yeah,
that show is really good. Byron, where can they find you?
I did not think that Tyler Hoechlin would be a good Superman, but
neither did I.
Man,
He's great. He's great.
The only thing I don't like is his muscled up suit. I don't like
that.
Yeah. But see, the thing is, the ones that are working on that show, they're actually Superman fans, which I can tell based upon the material presented.
Well, there was something that came out that said Marvel didn't want this director to read any Secret Wars, Secret Invasion stuff before he did the show. So he came out and said that. But if that's the case, it's been a pattern with Marvel, what they've been saying for a while, right?
That makes a lot of sense now. Yeah, that makes
a hell of a lot of sense. To not have it, because you want any new venture, you need to do research on it so you not look like an idiot.
Facts, 100%. What I was gonna say though, Danny, are you caught up with Superman and Lois?
I haven't watched the last episode you tell me about. Where you say,
"Oh my God,
his son in check."
When he puts his son in, that was fire. The look on his face, Danny, when his son, because his son like pulled his arm away from me, and he was, that was lit.
The way he looked at Jordan. Man, the piss was trickling down my leg. Man.
That
was a super dad moment, though. I gotta tell you,
that was really good. JG, where can they find you, sir?
Yo, you can find me Wednesday nights on the OOC with the great Danny, the great Unzo and the great Roberto doing our thing. You can find me with Super Wise, talking out geek stuff that we love. Go check out our Flash review. I did speak negatively about it, Danny. Other than that, I'm chilling at the dojo.
Byron, where can I find you?
All right, guys. I'm 1/3 the Spoiler Kings. We go live Mondays and Thursdays. We always release the things throughout the week. We talk about a lot of stuff. I'm interested in comic books, movies, TV shows. Every new release, we go see all those things. So that's what we usually do. But I also do football. If you see me, I'm a football player. I played football all through college and everything. So nice. I play. I love football. So I do a football show on Sunday morning. On Tuesday night, I do for the Chicago Bears, and then I do Wednesday. I do it for Dynasty Pylon. So I'm on something 5 days a week.
Wait. Yeah, when we started, we were doing the same thing 5 days a week and every day. After 2 years, you're gonna slow down, bro. Promise you.
I think a year and a half of me doing still. There's some days where I'm like, dog, I'm done.
It's coming, bro. It is coming. Yeah. Last year we came to the realization maybe we need to. We used to do our shows 3 nights a week, every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. My show, Anzo's show, Chris' show. I was like, man, this right here is
Can't say the same thing over and over again, too. It's just too much.
We start talking about the same stuff over and over. Got really redundant. So, hey, modify.
Hey, we're on our way to 1,000. We are literally 67 people from 1,000. We
deal,
are
bro.
pushing for it. I'm doing a big giveaway. Me and Tank, we have. I'm going to give up for a third prize, a second prize, and a first prize for when we get to 1,000. So if everyone can come in and
Tank is in your
subscribe,
crew.
yes, me,
Yeah.
Tank, and
Yeah, that's why
Brandon.
he out here making all this crazy noise about me. Tank, I stand by what I say, brother.
Listen, I've been on these guys' show. They're great. You guys should get Donnie on. You guys will have fun with Donnie.
I think it'll be a lot of fun. That seems
absolutely
great.
100%. Terrence, you ain't doing YouTube no more, but where can they find you? Because you're at how many subs on your channel right now?
2 million.
Okay, so I left the platform as a content creator December 31st, 2022, right? So when I left, I was at 10,800. Now I'm at 15,800. So, 5,000 humans have shown up to
without
the
making any
without making content. That's amazing.
Without making any new stuff. But
Wow.
my thing is, like, I have a backlog of videos. There's over 7,000 videos on my channel, right? So humans are still finding and watching and sharing those, which is cool. Because usually when I make something, I just start the camera from my phone and just do stuff and upload it, and then whatever happens, happens. So even though I'm not back as a content creator, I'm not going to be a regular on live streams or none of that. I'm not going to be doing that. Like, this is random. Me appearing here with my brothers, Danny and Anzo, it just seemed to be like the stars aligned. And I was like, I'm going to hop in here randomly, but I'm not back though. But you can find me on T-Virus Terrence, and there is a very big community there. And as long as the sensitive fucks on this platform don't strike me down, it has been very evident that I will continue to grow. So, thank you for all the humans that support me.
Hey, if y'all haven't seen Terrence channel, there's a video. He's talking about strawberry lube.
Yes.
Do not watch it unless you get headphones. If you watch it at work without headphones, you will get fired.
You'll be fired.
It is entertaining, buddy.
And thanks, said comment, chat, it's all love. We can talk nerd content all day. Yeah, Donnie's cool people. He would be good to come on you guys' show, man. You guys would have a good time with it. You know what I mean? Guys, Tuesday will be my birthday stream.
Yes, happy birthday, man. That's
thank
awesome.
you very much.
Close to the 50.
I'm gonna be whatever, Danny.
Come on, join the club. Come on.
Hey, you said you were out till 2:00. I was out till 2:00 last night too, bro. Man, and when I woke up this morning, it was like, bro, I am done drinking.
This is no lie. I wasn't drinking, but you know my regimen now. 6:00 I get up, I read the devotion, I pray, I read the Bible. 6:00 this morning, I was like,
yeah.
It ain't happening. I get an extra hour, but I did it at 7. But 6:00, man, that bed was like, whew.
That's amazing.
I feel you.
I will not release you.
Last night was a good night. I got together with some old friends who I haven't seen in years and talked to, man, and we were just sitting there reminiscing about the old times and cracking jokes, and it just felt like old times.
Man, Roberto looked like a black He-Man. Man, what are we doing?
You didn't know Roberto was so jacked?
Not like that. I was like, boy, Roberto would be a problem. You go there to try to arrest him, that's going to be a problem, buddy.
Fact. No worries,
back up. You got a big black Negro here. He's going to be a problem.
Hey, that's always a problem. Hey, every time you get pulled over, I always have that worry. I'm like, I'm about 6'5", 275, and I always worry like,
shoot your big ass.
That's what I figure. Like, hey, that's why I try to hang with people bigger than me.
Taser.
See, that's why you got to be a nice young man like me. I don't have to worry about
it. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, who we talking about here? I'm gonna bring up the picture, Donnie.
Just like the Joker. We're gonna have to go ahead and get tasers.
Talking about. Just give me some time to share this. So, this was us yesterday. We were chilling. This is Roberto on the end, me, and a bunch of other friends that I grew up with. It was a good time. So that's what Danny seen. That's what Danny seen with Roberto and was like, really?
I streamed with Roberto for years, but I never knew because he always had a hat on. First, I knew he was bald.
Alonzo, why you look like you came out that movie Blue Hill Avenue, man. Like you just threw my whole block on it. Man, that's cool though. Yep.
You know, I had to do my little thing there, and me and Donnie been talking about the suit game, so Donnie's gonna help me out with my suit game, get that up to point 2 as well, because I kind of like wearing a suit every now and then. You know what I mean?
I wish I had
like
a job
it.
I could go wear a suit every day.
I used to do that when I was doing security, rocking the suit. Yeah.
Look at this Tony motherfucker. No, I'm GQ. I don't look like no.
Hey, that's how we do it.
While you boo jabbing said be pulling off some hats and vest suits, man.
Yeah, he be
Change the comedy.
doing this thing. Yeah, he be doing this thing. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for popping in. I do appreciate it. Make sure to come back next week because we will be doing this again. And again, Tuesday will be the birthday. Wednesday will be the OOC. Other shows that are also going off on those times too. You know what I mean? Make sure to check them all out. Spoilers King's description is there. So if you guys want to sub to their channel, go right ahead. You know, help them get to 1,000 subs because they deserve it.
Yep. Happy birthday, Anzo. Yep.
Appreciate it.
Definitely.
Peace, love, and hair grease. See you on the next one, guys.
Peace.
Shit, and I forgot. There will be a quiz like we did last year. So get your movie knowledge up. We will be doing a quiz. I'm getting the questions ready. Yes, we will. Yes. Okay. Remember the one that kind of like Ashley did last year? Yeah, we're gonna have like that one. So
Lord.
Wait, Anzo, how old you gonna be coming up?
35.
Okay. I'm almost 35. Yeah, so yeah, we be around the same age then. Yeah.
Facts. Peace.
I am inevitable.